Apa? Berapa? Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin and today I'm in Bandung, Indonesia. This is a world-renowned destination for food, a culinary hotspot here in West Java. This is the capital of West Java, and I've had a lot of you tell me that I need to come to Bandung for the food, especially the street food. So I'm here today to tour the city, sample all of the Bandung specialties. I am super pumped to be here. It's gonna be a great episode, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Indonesian food. Okay, first stop here in Bandung is for satay. This is a super popular satay stall and you can just spot it from a mile down the street because of the smoke coming off of this thing. So there's a big line of people and they're serving satay, different cuts of meat. They're just grilling up some chunks of fat, chicken and beef fat, and they've got this thing going with a big flame, really charring the outside of that fat, and it doesn't take long to cook. Lots of flames. It's not really the charcoal normal satay that you would normally see. They really got a fire going there and grilling those and charring them up. So it's gonna be super smoky, and I am ready to taste my first taste of famous Bandung street food here at this little satay stall.
Chicken and beef.
Chicken and beef.
Yes. Mirip sama itu.
So after being grilled, the satay are served on a bed of lontong, which is like a compressed rice, and then topped with so much sauce. They put that peanut sauce, that satay peanut sauce, and then a little bit of ketchup manis, the sweet soy sauce, and then you can get the spicy sambal on it as well. And this is the final product served on this bed of banana leaf, and it is absolutely a saucy mess. So there's some lontong down there. This cut right here is really unique. This is the cow udder. So I don't think I've ever tried udder before. This one's chicken, and then we've got some regular beef over there, and then the lontong down at the bottom. I think I gotta go in for the udder first and get lots of that sauce. Look at that, wow. Whoa, that just dissolves into a liquid. It basically tastes like fat. A little bit of a chewiness to it, and the sauce. A little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, super nutty and peanutty, and then chase it with one of these lontong. Whoa, first time trying udder. That lontong just gives it a little bit of a sustenance, makes it a real meal. I love how generous they went with the sauce. There's so much sauce in there. I'm gonna try the chicken this time. It's all about the sauce. There's a couple pieces of the peanuts that haven't been ground up, so it's got a little bit of a crunch to it too. Last but not least, the beef. Oh man, I love it. So good, so smoky. That is phenomenal satay. Really popular stall right on the street, sitting on a tiny little stool. Love the atmosphere here in Bandung. Look at how packed this place is. Super, super busy, and the satay are amazing, worth the wait. And this is just stop one of many here in Bandung. There's so many foods to try here. This is my next stop here. It's called mie kocok Dadeng, and mie kocok is a noodle dish that you can really only have here in Bandung. It's served with beef, and kocok means to shake the noodles. I don't really know anything else than that, so I'm gonna go inside and see how they prepare the mie kocok.
Hey, noodle.
Yeah, okay. Noodles and the bean sprout.
Okay.
Okay.
Đấy. Lục in.
Okay, kocok.
This. This coffee me. Coffee.
Wow.
Put. This. Yes.
Nice.
Đấy, coffee. Đấy. Đây.
Thank you. So I'm back here with the chef. He's just showing me how to make the mee kocok. So I saw him kind of mixing mixing it with the soup, and it's the cartilage, the skin, and beef meat. You can get it with mee, noodles, or just soup.
Kocok spesial. Sop.
This place is absolutely bonkers, super packed out, really local, homey restaurant, almost like a street food stall, but it is a restaurant, and it's absolutely crazy in here. I'm waiting for a seat, and hopefully I'll be able to take one soon. So here in West Java, it's commonplace to serve unsweetened hot tea called ante. So they've given us the tea. I'm sitting down at the restaurant now. I only had to wait about 5 minutes. They also brought over a bag of this here, which is the keropok. It's pink from just food coloring, but it's a tapioca cracker that's meant to be also eaten with the mee kocok. Yeah, not sweet. My mee kocok has arrived. Look at that big chunk of bone marrow. We ordered the special, so it comes with a big chunk of bone marrow. There is cartilage and skin, there's pieces of beef in there, and then all in this beautiful noodle with some bean sprouts on the bottom. And you definitely have to dress this, season it up. So there's some sambal here, some chili sauce. Go for a nice healthy scoop of that, and then also some kaffir lime here. Go for a squeeze, and then give that a mix. Oh man, beautiful, beautiful looking bowl of noodles, and this chunk of bone marrow is calling my name, but I gotta try the noodles first. It's really beefy, and that kaffir lime leaves gives it such a nice aroma, and those noodles perfectly cooked. It's a pretty simple bowl, but super satisfying. Home cooked flavor. Yum. I gotta cut this piece in half because I want to savor it and have it at least for 2 bites. It's like butter. Oh man. That broth is such a rich, a little bit salty, but really rich, beefy flavor. And that is seriously like butter. I'm gonna open this up and try one of the keropok. It's super crunchy tapioca crackers, and just look at the design of that. Really unique. There you go for a little dip in the soup. Oh man, this is satisfying. It's a really nice contrast of textures with the keropok because it's super crunchy, and then everything in here is really soft. I'm gonna try to get a piece of the skin you can see there with some of the noodles. Solid bowl of noodles. This place is absolutely crazy. A local favorite here in Bandung. This is a culinary city, and they know how to eat. They know good food, and these mee kocok are great. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Brother.
Thank you. People are so friendly here. I'm specifically trying to eat light because I want to taste as much as I can here in Bandung. And just look at this. There's street food right in front. I'm gonna skip this though and head to another famous spot.
That's a cold goreng, the fried cabbage.
I am at the next stop for our food tour here in Bandung today, and this place is called Ayam Goreng Nikmat, and it's a fried chicken style. They're frying chicken using charcoal to heat the oil, which I actually have never seen before, to use the charcoal just to deep fry something. and that oil has been infused with lemongrass. So at the beginning of the day, they put a bunch of lemongrass in the oil, and they have kampong chicken, so village chicken, free-range chicken. They also have a bunch of other different things fried, and it's eaten with veggies and lots of fresh stuff. They also fry cabbage, which is something really interesting, taking something healthy and then just making it completely unhealthy. It almost turns into like a chip. One of the vegetables to eat with the fried chicken is this, the pate, stink beans, the infamous stink beans. They have a really strong aroma. I'm gonna definitely order some of those up to have with my ayam goreng. Here in West Java, the main tribe are the Sundanese people. So this is kind of like Sundanese style fried chicken. I've got my fried chicken right here, cooked on that charcoal heated lemongrass infused oil. And you can see, this is what a real chicken's supposed to look like, people. That is a chicken leg. This is a village chicken, free range. None of that steroid stuff, just really thin meat on there. It's served with this red hot looking sambal, and you're supposed to squeeze this lime in there, get that lime juice in there, mix with that really red sambal. And then the West Java people, the Sundanese people, they really like to eat with raw veggies. So we got cucumber, raw cabbage, eggplant. This is lemon basil. There's some lettuce back there. And then also the quintessential tea served on every table here in West Java. And then this is a type of rice called nasi timbel. It's rolled up inside of this banana leaf here, and you can only find this in West Java. So you're supposed to pull it like this, almost like a Christmas cracker, open it up, and then release the aroma. And look at that. It's like a log of rice. Wow. So cool. Oh yeah, you can smell it. Oh, it smells so good. And then this is the fried cabbage, which I thought was gonna be served crispy, but it's actually soggy and super oily. And then the patai, the grilled stink beans. So really grilled, charred up there. And then this is all meant to just be eaten together with the fried chicken and with your hands. So let's dig in. I love the aroma of the lemongrass oil. Nice piece of chicken there. Go for a generous dip in that. That is like blood red sambal. And then put it on my rice, and I'm gonna grab some of these veggies too. I'll go for some lemon basil here, and maybe a little slice of cucumber as well. And then just go in with your hands, grab some rice, grab some chicken, try that. Oh wow. There's more food being served. Man, that sambal is incredible. You get that fresh lemon herb. The rice also has an aroma of the banana leaf. The chicken's not very crispy, but it's got a really nice flavor. So this salad that I just brought out is a West Java salad made with a special type of ginger called kancur. And there's keropok, the little crispy crackers there. Put this back on my rice too, and go right in with my fingers here with some of that. It's actually quite sweet and got a lot of heat to it, but this chicken is really what the restaurant is famous for. Really yummy, a little bit of sambal too. Let me try with this fried cabbage now, just by itself. No, there's nothing to it, but chase it with one of these. That sambal is incredible. And let me try to dig out one of these guys, the infamous stink beans. So you can see on the inside. There we go. So these have been grilled right in the casing, and again, dip that in the sambal to help calm the stink down. It's such a unique flavor. It's really strong. It completely dominates the bite, and it coats your mouth in this really raunchy aroma. It only takes one stink bean to stay in your mouth all day long. Slight regret because that flavor is not leaving until I brush my teeth at least 3 times, but really good fried chicken, and it does go nicely with it. So this is Ibu Imas, easily one of the most popular restaurants here in Bandung. It has over 15,000 reviews on Google Reviews. So they're serving Sundanese food, which is the food to try here in Bandung. Very, very famous restaurant. Might be one of the most reviewed restaurants I've ever seen. So I'm gonna go inside, order up a big Sundanese feast for lunch today. Ibu Imas is particularly famous for their grilled chicken, their Sundanese grilled chicken. So we tried the Sundanese fried chicken, and now it's time to try the grilled version. You can see that it's glowing yellow. It's probably been marinated with some turmeric, different spices, and he's basting it with this paintbrush with a dark sauce, probably ketchup manis. There's some spices in there for sure, and cooking on charcoal. It's looking really, really good. Starting to caramelize that sauce on the outside. Let's go try out some Sundanese grilled chicken and some more dishes, of course, too. I'm sitting down now, and before you even order, there's already a couple things on the table. So right here, we've got just a basic looking sambal, and then this one is a lemon basil sambal. So you can see those lemon basil leaves in there, and then there's these little tiny pea eggplants, and they're quite popular here at Ibu Imas for their sambal. And then we've also got a tray of different veggies and herbs, and then I just got my rice, but I've also ordered a ton of different things that are meant to be eaten with the different things that are already on the table when you arrive. The ayam bakar, or grilled chicken, has arrived. You can see all of that sauce caramelized on the outside, served with some limes, and you can see the little charred bits from the charcoal as well. And then I've got a couple little things back here. This is called pepas. It's a mushroom that's wrapped up in this leaf here, and then fried tofu and fried tempeh, the soybean cake. And then over here I've got a tamarind soup with all kinds of different things in there. There's corn, there's chayote, there's melinjo, and there's peanuts in there, and it's all in like a tamarind base broth. This looks so good, so let's dig in. I'm gonna go straight in for some of this grilled chicken, grab a big chunk, and still really hot. Look at all that sauce on the skin there. And then I definitely gotta go in for some of this lemon basil sambal, which is really cool, really popular here at Ibu Imas, and then of course meant to be eaten with your hands. So let me go in, get a little bit of that sambal, some of that grilled chicken, some rice. Whoa, that's a flavor bomb. I love the lemon basil. It's got a really citrusy lemon flavor. The chicken is nice and sweet, actually. Let me grab a piece of the chicken just by itself. Try it by itself, because that sambal is quite overpowering. Yeah. It tastes like a honey garlic grilled chicken is what it tastes exactly like. Really tender chicken too. That's great. I'm gonna try their second sambal on offer here at Ibu Imas. Grab a nice spoonful there, and then I'm gonna grab this little guy here, which is stuffed with mushrooms. You can get different things inside, but this one's with mushrooms. Try to open it up. Okay, yeah, you can see, oh wow, look at that. Oh, it's nice and hot still. So I'll grab a little bit of this mushroom pepas. That sambal is much spicier than the lemon basil, but I love those mushrooms. The soup looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna grab some of the chayote, some peanuts in there, try it with some of the broth. Whoa. Not what I was expecting at all. It's really sweet. That soup, I thought it was gonna be salty and maybe sour, but it's actually very sweet. Almost tastes like they put sugar in it. They probably did. It's quite sweet. I really like that grilled chicken the most though. Definitely this grilled chicken is why this place is famous. It's just so good, that marinade and that mix of sauce that they put on the outside, and then get it with some of this lemon basil sambal. It just works so well. The sambal, really powerful flavor of lemon basil and shrimp paste. Yum. Phenomenal grilled chicken, really sweet in my opinion. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess Sundanese food is sweet. This place is so famous, it's absolutely packed. You can also sit counter side. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and then this evening hit the streets of Bandung and do some more eating. It is nighttime now here in Bandung, and just like any good food city, it really comes to life at nighttime. Temperature is a little bit cooler, people are hungry, and I am heading to try some more specialties here in Bandung. And the first place I'm going is selling something quite interesting.
Ada pepper store-nya.
Tuh gede tuh.
This is the stall I was looking for. It's selling Swike, which is frogs. So it specializes in frog dishes. They serve, in particular, two dishes that I want to try. The first is deep fried frog legs, and the second is a fermented soybean paste broth that frog legs are blanched in and then served almost like a soup. So really unique. I've definitely never tried frog legs here in Indonesia. I didn't know it was popular, but apparently here in Bandung it is quite a popular dish. This stall is definitely packed out with locals. So I'm gonna order up those two dishes, the deep fried frog legs and then the soybean paste, fermented soybean paste frog legs. So he's got a big pot of the bubbling fermented soybean. It really smells good. It smells almost like cheese. And those frog legs are just boiling in there, and then it's just served in that broth, so it's very simple. And then the fried frog legs are breaded and then deep fried in oil. But wow, that bubbling broth smells good. This stall is really hardcore. This is the definition of street food. This is a sidewalk during the daytime. They just put up a couple tarps which block the fumes from the car, and then they're cooking right on the sidewalk, and they just have one table that's completely packed with locals. Here are the deep fried frog legs. Look at that batter, it's looking super crispy. Honestly, reminds me of like tempura, and I'm gonna take a little bit of lime here and squeeze it on. That feels super, super crunchy. Wow, deep fried frog legs on the streets of Indonesia. Wow. Tastes like chicken. That's what everyone says about frog, right? It really does. It tastes like halfway between chicken and fish, like a white fish. That batter, super crunchy, crispy. It's like a tempura, and salted nicely, and then with a little bit of sourness from that lime. Yeah, that's good, but I want to try the other dish out, the soybean one. Yeah, I like it. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it really does taste like chicken. And I honestly think I prefer this over the fried chicken that I had earlier today. It's really tasty. There's little bones, but the meat is so tender and it's super crunchy. Yeah. So this is the fermented soybean broth frog soup called Swike Kua. You can see they really go generous with the frog legs in there, plump little frog thighs, and I'm gonna dress this up with a little bit of lime. So grab some lime here, give it some sourness, and that broth, like I said earlier, it really smells cheesy. You can smell that fermented scent, and then there's some chili on the table too. Grab some some of this raw chili. Look at that. That looks spicy. I'll go a little bit easy on that. Throw that in there. Give it a little mix. Yeah, that's looking good. A little bit of extra broth. And let me try that. So my frog leg soup experience is elevated with some ukulele music. Let's try. Wow, it's got a really tangy fermented flavor. The frog legs have soaked up that fermented soybean flavor. You can taste the acidity from the lemon again, but it's a really unique texture when it's not fried. It's more firm than before. Before it kind of felt like a white fish, but now it's like something totally different. I've got another bite here with lots of meat, and I'm just gonna saturate that in the broth. That broth is very unique. It's kind of strange, to be honest, but with the rice, it does work. I like the deep fried frog legs better, to be honest. I'm just gonna try some of the broth by itself. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a bitterness to it too, actually. The frog flavor is non-existent. It's just overpowered by that fermented soybean. Usually when I think about eating frog legs, what would first come to mind would be some kind of like fine dining or something in France, but now my perception has completely changed. I'm gonna be thinking about the streets of Bandung the next time I think about eating frog legs. And actually the word Swike is Hokkien Chinese for water chicken or frog. So pretty unique dish. I definitely recommend trying it out, and it's definitely time for dessert after a long day of eating.
The big one, right?
So just down the street from the frog leg stall, there is a place that's very popular called Ronde Jahe, and they're selling two desserts, two very Indonesian with Chinese influence desserts. So I've got them both here. The first is this tahu, and it's basically just tofu, but in Taiwan I would call this dohua. So it's served with a gula broth, the sweet broth with a very silken tofu. And then over here, this is the ronde. So these little balls stuffed with crushed peanuts. He rolls them up in rice flour, and then again it's served in that sweet broth. And this broth has ginger in it, so it's got like a spice to it. You can really smell that ginger. I think I gotta go for the dohua first. That's not the local name, but that's just how I know it. Look at this texture of that tofu. Get lots of that ginger broth. That is like concentrated ginger flavor. Super spicy from the ginger. It's all about that broth. Wow. Woo! It stings on the way down. So they got pink ones and green ones and white ones, but the filling's the same. So I'll just grab this one here. Try it out. Stuff with crushed peanuts. It's got like a mochi texture, and then the peanuts are not as smooth as they serve this dish in Taiwan. It's more of a crunchy peanut on the inside. This place has got to be famous because of that broth. That's so potent. Seriously potent ginger broth. I love it. Yum. I gotta give it up for the ronde though. Look at that little ball of goodness. That rich brown ginger broth. That'll wake you up or put you to sleep. That was dessert number one, and moving on to dessert number two. There is just so much street food here in Bandung. The streets are just lined. It is just a constant street food. Oh, red pork. Yeah, there is a lot of Chinese influence here as well, so you can get some pork dishes, fried rice right up here, it looks like. Wow, there's so much. For my second dessert this evening in Bandung, I've come for Martabak manis, the deadliest dessert in Indonesia. These things are seriously calorie heavy. Basically, it's a huge pancake that is coated in butter, and then you can order a mix of different toppings. My preferred topping is chocolate with cheese and condensed milk. And this is like an assembly line of martabaks here. You can get the thick kind, which I'm going to order, or you can also get like a thin, crispy one. So, oh man, I'm gonna have to hit the gym after this. You really should go to the gym at least for 1 hour after eating a Martabak manis if you want to save your life. The amount of butter, well, I think it's actually margarine, in one of these Martabak manis could stop a small child's heart. Okay, our Martabak manis has been finished cooking, and this thing weighs like at least a kg, if not more. Let's do the unboxing. Oh man, oh man. So after it's finished cooking, they put the cheese down, and then they put a couple chocolate sprinkles down, and then cover it, douse it in condensed milk, and then flip it, close it, and then put more margarine on the outside, which is insane because they already put so much margarine. Oh, it's really, really hot. And look it, I just touched it for 1 second and my fingers are covered in butter. And you can see that it's kind of like porous, those like bubbles in the batter, because it's actually a fermented batter. So for all you people thinking right now, cheese and chocolate don't go together, well, you're wrong. You need to try it if you've never tried it before, because it's delicious. Oh man, oh man. I feel guilty eating this. It's like a sin. It's really deadly, guys. Like, there's gotta be tens of thousands of calories in one of these. I don't even know. It's so good. It's so good. That is the definition of ugly delicious. Nothing pretty about this, folks. Nothing pretty about it. But damn, it's good. What a way to cap off my first day here in Bandung. The food in the city is famous for a reason. People here know how to eat and eat well. This place, the Martabak manis, is called Asan Martabak manis, and wow. If you've never had one of those, you gotta try it, but maybe just once. Because, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, hit the bell icon so you're notified. I have lots of videos from Indonesia coming soon, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Chopstick Travel. See ya!